Welcome to Cat Sara Yoga. I'm Kat and this is a Yogalates Quickie to relieve back tension. We're starting sitting, so you might want to sit up on a block just to give your pelvis a raise, keep your back nice and tall. Just take a moment to let your mind scan over your body, notice how you feel. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears and exhale them down your back. Repeating a couple of times. And then with the shoulders away from the ears, we float the arms up and have a few wrist circles. A few in each direction. Just easy circles. Relax your arms down and come forward to hands and knees. So we have hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Creases between the wrists and hands are parallel with the front of the mat, lengthening from the crown of your head to your tailbone. Feel your tummy drawing in and your pelvic floor lifted so you feel strong through the core. Imagine that you have a light on your chest and you're beaming it straight down at the earth right now. Inhale as you shine that light forward in front of you, turning your tailbone up. And you can even curl your toes under, and as long as you can get the pads of the toes to the mat, you can press down through the feet, but don't press down through the tips of the toes. If you're kind of there, just keep working on it, but don't press down. And then as we exhale, we bring the tops of the feet to the mat. Tuck your tailbone around your spine, relax your neck, let your head hang down. Push the floor away, find the stretch in between the shoulder blades. Continue with your breath, inhaling, shining through to upcut. And exhaling, rounding into down cat. So we'll add in child pose to the sequence, inhaling, shining through to upcut. Exhale, round and sink your bottom down into child pose. Inhaling, coming up, shining through, upcut. Exhale, rounding, push the floor away, sinking down into child pose. So we'll keep going, but this time just keep the tops of your feet flat on the mat. So same movement, but the feet stay still, rounding down through the tops of the feet, talking to your spine, observing the movements of your spine and your back. On your next inhalation, we're shining the chest through, and then exhale, turn to look over one shoulder, tuck your tail under, round your spine, relax your neck, let your head hang down, sink your bottom down to your heel. Inhaling, shining the chest through. Exhale, look over your left shoulder, tuck your tailbone, feel the forward bend flowing up the spine, round cat. Sink your bottom down into child pose. Coming back, shining through. Look out over your left shoulder, tuck your tail, round your spine. Sinking down into child pose. As the inhalation naturally occurs, we come all the way up, shining through to upcut. Turn to look over the left shoulder, rounding. Head comes to center, spine is rounded into round cat. Sinking down into child pose. Take your time, one more each side. Rest in child pose for a moment, having a little circle out for the wrists. Freestyle movement here. Grounding your hands down. Rising back to hands and knees, just checking creases between the wrists and hands, parallel with the front of the mat, sucking tummy and lifting pelvic floor. Inhaling here and exhaling as you turn your right hand over and slide it underneath your left armpit. So you don't have to come down very far, but you might make it with your shoulder and the right side of your head all the way to the floor. Don't worry if you don't. Inhale here. And exhale, suck the tummy and lift the pelvic floor. Feel like the core is the powerhouse to the movement to bring you back to hands and knees. Inhale, long spine. And exhale, turn the left hand over, sliding the left hand underneath the right armpit. If you haven't brought your left shoulder to the floor, your right arm is going to be working harder. That's fine. Inhale here. Suck the tummy in, lift the pelvic floor, come back to hands and knees. Just make sure you're still long through the spine as you inhale. Don't let your hands bunch up close to your knees. And exhale, right hand slides underneath left armpit. Inhale here. Suck tummy in, lift pelvic floor, exhaling back to hands and knees. Inhale. And exhale, twist. This is a Pilates exercise called Thread the Needle. And we want to really drape that bottom arm on the floor. So even if your shoulder's not all the way down, that arm is in contact with the floor. So as you inhale, your arm, especially if you're on one of these sticky yoga mats, will stick with a little bit of friction to the mat. And as you inhale and expand the back of the body, the arm will kind of stay to the floor and your shoulder blade is drawn gently away from the back with the breath, which helps to stretch the rotator cuff muscles that are in between the shoulder blade and the back. So these muscles get really tense. And this is a stretch for them. So as you take that inhalation in the twist, really think of directing it to the shoulder blade area. Taking your time, there's no rush at all. Making this the last round. And then when you're ready, exhaling, rounding, and sinking down into child pose. Suck your tummy in, slowly rolling up to sitting. Come into a comfortable cross-legged seat. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.